three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Grand Star Sports Network. Good afternoon, fans. We welcome you to a windy Lady Mustangs home facility this afternoon. This is the beginning of the 2024 campaign for your Robbinsville Lady Knights as they are in Webster, North Carolina this afternoon. Back with us here on the Grand Star Sports Network. We're back on the air for spring season as we alternate between baseball and softball throughout the major league calendar. Glad you're with us. Glad you've chosen to spend some time with us here on this very windy afternoon. We appreciate you all being with us here on the Grand Star Sports Network. Kevin Hensley with you this afternoon on the call, and we're very privileged to bring you Robbinsville Lady Knights softball one more time. Another third-round playoff appearance last year for these Robbinsville Lady Knights, and unfortunately that's where the docket ended in the third round. We'll see how things go, as this is the second year in a row that Robbinsville has opened the season here at Smoky Mountain High School in Silva. We'll be right back in just a few minutes with lineups. And hey, how about first pitch? It's softball season here on the Grand Star Sports Network.
Good evening, Mustang faithful, and welcome back as your Mustangs face off against the Robbinsville Black Knights in today's home opener for the 2024 season. Fans like to remind you that sportsmanship is key to success on the field. Thus, you please represent your school, students, parents, coaches, and officials appropriately, and we thank you. With that said, let's meet the lineups, beginning with the visitors from Robbinsville, beginning with their reserves. We have number 5, Ella Atwell. Number 5, Sydney Adams. Number 27, Peyton Odom. Number 1, Delaney Brooms. Number 20, Ella McGuire. Number 15, Olivia Lewis. For the starters from Robbinsville, number 2, Zoe Schuler. Number 23, Surrey Waddy. Number 33, Stephanie Roberts. Number 10, Presley Kitchen. Naomi. Number 3, Victory. Number 21, Rayleigh Webster. Number 22, Liz Harvey. Number 7, Claire Barber. And now, Mustang faithful, on your feet and greet your Lady Mustangs. Begin with your reserves. Number 8, Cy Bailey. Number 17, Allison Burns. Number 14, Christy Rankin. And now for your starters. Number 4, Julie Mott. Number 3, Abby Bradley. Number 1, Caitlin Todd-White. Number 9, Eddie Cole. Number 16, Callie Winchester. Number 15, Riley Stokes. Number 6, Caitlin Hilt. Number 12, Morgana McCullough. Number 10, El Juanita. And finally, number 13, Taz Jones. With that complete, we have 16 please for the playing of our Detroit.
All right, fans, it's almost softball time here in Webster. Welcome back to Network.
We can finally say it's softball time at Smoky.
Indeed it is here on the Greensboro Sports. Just got set to begin things. Of course, warm up taking place here in the top of the first for the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Pitcher inside the circle is Taz Jones, and behind the plate is Caitlin Taquette. Due up for Robbinsville here in the top of the first will be Zoe Schuler, Surrey Waddy, and Sophie Roberts, the catcher. Right on hand this afternoon. Sure, once the sun dips behind the trees here as the evening rolls along, it'll get a little chilly out here. But right now it's almost picture perfect. Let's get this wind to die down. It's blowing west to east, excuse me. Because Billy and I are walking in front of the camera. We're just about set to go with softball season. I don't know if we'll be broadcasting middle school softball this year or some details like that, so stay tuned if we do. It will be right here on GramstarSports.com, free of charge, as we've done with junior varsity and middle school football, and middle school basketball this season. Seems to me Taz Jones has thrown enough to get an inning in by now, but perhaps not.
Leading up for Robbinsville, number 2, Zoe Schuler.
And away we go here in the top of the first.
Starting pitcher for your Mustangs today in the circle, number 13, Taz Jones.
Gets a nice ovation. And let's see how the first pitch of the season goes for Robbinsville. You tell a lot by it. 2024 campaign is underway. It's a bunt. Schuler can outrun that any day of the week, and she'll be safe by about 17 steps. First pitch was at 4:08 p.m., and it was a picturesque 76 degrees here in Webster. Schuler doing what Schuler does, a super fast athlete, a commit to the University of Tennessee. And it's reasons like that. Surrey Waddy will be up next. Sophomore for the Lady Knights. Low, ball one. A little trouble with Taquette on the transfer. And that would get Schuler to second. She would have been safe either way, but Taquette struggled just a little bit on the transfer. And the count is 1-0. All foul back to the fence. And that will count 2. Waddy smacks the 0-2 into the shrubbery back here behind us. And her little brother is going to grab it. How about that? Family tradition. There's the 0-2. Outside, ball one. Schuler will sprint to third, uncontested. Plate 1-2 the count. He pops that one a mile high. It'll be off the fence. And another camera operator Gotta keep her head on the swivel over there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trace Sheeler should have got up and caught that ball. That's what I say with it. I know, you could have got hit outside. And Waddy's went from an 0-2 deficit to an even 2-2 count. Next broadcast, of course, we could shake it up. We'll see what the 2-2 does for us first. Waddy's going to drive it to right center field. Shallow. Good catch made. Tagging up and scoring, standing up, is Zoe Schuler. That's a sacrifice of RBI. And that makes it 1-0 Lady Knights. Catch made by Abby Branning, the second baseman for the Mustangs. Rips that one a mile high. Turned on a little early. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seems to already be a shortage of game balls. That's got a few back into play now. Waddy peppering the perimeter in that last at bat with loose balls. Good eye on Roberts. Takes that one low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Roberts, a sophomore. Newcomer to the Lady Knights this year. And the pitch. Golf down the left field line with the 5-iron. It will be foul at the distance, but a little left of the line.
Girl, listen, you're fine. You're fine.
Hey, it counts 2-2.
Chop it down. Chop that tree down.
It is 2 balls, 2 strikes as home plate umpire Ricky Green is with us this afternoon. I apologize, I don't know who the field umpire is by name. 2-2 count. And that one will be smacked foul.
That's good. That's good.
Roberts continues to try and get things straightened out. One out here in the top of the first. Robbinsville's already struck. It's 1-0. Waddy popped out to shallow right field, and the speedy Zoe Schuler scored to get us where we're at. Counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, if even for just a moment the wind has dissipated.
That's fine. Have a good time. Let's go. Show 'em. Show 'em, girl.
Full count. Popped up. And it looks like Taz Jones will win the battle. 2 gone. Another pop out to Abby Branning. And now the freshman Presley Kaler will step in. 2 outs, nobody on. Team's really high on this young lady, and you'll see why as we progress through the season. She has been a force on the middle school program, and a lot of good players, as a matter of fact, have graduated up. Catcher Lady Webster and a multitude of the depth chart. Ella Abwell, Sydney Adams come to mind. Taylor offers it one outside and was a little bit in front of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Naomi Taylor is in the on-deck circle should the inning continue. And I'd lay off that one, low and away. It is 2 balls, 1 strike on Presley Kaler. Upstairs. Good eye by Kaler. 3-1. Kaler going to extend the inning here. We'll see in just a short. And it's roped to left field. It will drop and misplayed in left field, I might add. I beg your pardon, that is Caitlin Holt in left field. Kaler will get a stand-up double. Oh, really didn't offer it that. Second now with 2 gone in the pitcher. Helmy Taylor hoping to extend her own cause before she even gets to step inside the circle. First pitch fouled straight back. Oh, Taylor reacted to it even though it didn't take his head off. 0-1 the count. It's habit, man. I've done it for years. I get it. Wow, that's a good shot. And that one fouled back as well. Taylor in a quick 0-2 hole. Set in second. Taylor to play Kaler in second. 2 and late. All hands are safe. It's an infield single. Or Naomi Taylor. Good play out there by Annie Mull at third base, but just couldn't get her out. And that will bring up a dangerous hitter here in the 6th hole in Mary Frapp. Taylor stops at third, so they're at the corners. And it's like we got a courtesy runner. Well, it's joined the fray. Sydney Adams, excuse me. Thank you.
Why not?
Can't make out their faces when they got new uniforms and helmets on for sure. Jones offers. Whoa, and inside, ball 1, and Adams will jog to second base uncontested. Still 1-0. Robbinsville's got them now 2 in the score position. And we're still just in the top of the first. Up and away, Frapp. Did not offer that one. Count is 2. Lady Webster in the on deck circle. Right to the ball for the fire first. And it'll be off. Taylor will score. Adams will score. Frapp to second. 3-0. Lady Knights. Well, that is an E3. That will bump the card up. So it's a 2-run error on the Mustangs. They've already committed 2 here in the first. Webster steps in for her first appearance. Frapp at second. And Webster liked what she saw there, just turned a bit too early on it. Count is 0-1 here on GrabStarSports.com. As a little stronger if we continue to go along in the way things are going. Very well could see a plate appearance. Webster gets on top of that one. Throw to first is going to be off. Another error over at first base, and Memory Frapp will score. They're having a hard time reeling in those throws over at first. Robbinsville's making them pay. It's 4-0. Frapp scores all the way from second base on the infield dribble. To discuss things off camera with the umpire. I don't know what exactly is being discussed, but something as the Mustang faithful gather inside the circle. Our infield in now with Taz Jones. Outside. And upstairs and away. Webster at second. Liz Carpenter Jr. at the plate for Robbinsville. And that one fouled back to the fence. I believe that should make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still 2 outs. And that hit Carpenter right on the inside of her foot. And she'll feel that tomorrow. But in true fashion, toughing it out will not be selling it too much. Anna Williams steps in now. What a versatile athlete at the plate here. Williams on the sport threat for Robbinsville. And first pitch she sees is chopped right in front of the Smoky Mountain dugout. Billy Knight will scoop the ball up and fire it back to Taz Jones at the plate. Robbinsville has them at first and second. Already a 4-run start to this ball game. Here's the offering. And it's off of Taquette's headgear. She'll have it. Out is no balls, 2 strikes on Anna Williams. She's fouled off her first 2 chances. Whoa. Webster's going to go for third. She will be safe. So it's a double steal. How about that? Sorry, this inning, if I'm counting correctly. That's 5 for Robbinsville here in the top of the first. 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 errors on Smoky Mountain have got us where we're at. Strikeouts so far for Taz Jones. She's worked several 0-2 counts and gets a little shaky afterwards, as you see right here. Had Williams in a quick 0-2 hole, and it's now 2-2. Pitch. And that one hits Draylee Webster right down the line. So she'll go back to third base. Webster a little worse for the wear. She'll be all right. Maybe. That looked very painful. Anna Williams. Inside, and Williams has dug out of the hole. That's a full count. Williams takes ball 4. Wow. On his first walk issue today by Taz Jones. And that's trouble. Bases are loaded. Zoe Schuler has a golden opportunity to blow this game wide open. It's already a 4-0 start for Robbinsville. This one could get ugly in a hurry for the Mustangs. Instead, the first pitch will be high, and I level with Schuler on the count. Outside. Count is 2-0. Now struggling to find the zone. Most of these 0-2 counts that the Robbinsville batters have gotten into have been foul balls. And Schuler fouls that one straight back. Schuler continues to try to straighten it out. Now 2-2 the count. First pitch came at 4:08 if you're keeping track at home in the future perhaps. That means we've had a 19-minute top of the first already. 4 across the plate. Pair of errors and an RBI flyout by Wadi's going to score good. And Schuler is going to get more on the board. There's 1. There's 2. Carpenter and Webster score. Williams at third. They're going to try to get Schuler at home. And now Williams got too far off the bag. She got back in time. Inside of our camera view. Boy, that was close. Williams is speeding. She got far away from the bag, and they tried to double her up. It's a 2-run double for Zoe Schuler. It's 6-0. Lady Knights. Wadi back up, batting. For the second time this inning, she had the first run across, thanks to the sacrifice fly out. Schuler scored on that to begin the ball game. Thunder whip, of course, on the first pitch of the season. Give that information what you will. And that one blistered right over the head. And that will score Schuler and Williams. So how about Surrey Wadi with a 2-run single? 8-0. Here is Sophie Roberts back up at the plate. She popped out, I should say, to second base in her only attempt so far.
Let's attack the ball here.
Inside, Roberts took it, and it was a strike paint on the inside corner, says home plate umpire Ricky Green. It is 0-1. Joining us here on this beautiful Monday afternoon in Webster. If we get the wind to die down, it'd be picturesque out here, to say the least. I've used that adjective several times. Popped out near the tree line. Didn't quite get there. 0-2 the count. And that one right over the glove. Hit hard. Waddy thought about it. Billy Knight, with all the might in his voice, summoned the wrong player by the last comeback courtesy runner. That is senior Glenn Burns. It is out on the field for the catcher. And head coach Morgan Edwards out. It's an 8-0 deficit already here in the top of the first. Only 2 outs by sophomore Taz Jones. Waddy and Kaler will jog in to have a conference. This is over at first base. Backing up all kinds of stats in the season opener. Well, that's just a morality check at the circle. Let's see what we got now. Jones will off with Waddy at second and Lady Mustangs at first. Stop. Kaler singled in her last at bat, reached second on an error. Upstairs, 2-0 the count. Six hits, 8 runs, 3 errors on Smoky Mountains. It's the top of the first. They're patiently waiting. Inside, it's a 4-pitch walk, so I'm still struggling to find the zone here in the top of the first. And starting pitcher Naomi Taylor, who's yet to throw a pitch in this ballgame, back at the plate. Reached on infield single in her last at bat earlier this inning. Burns, Bow, and Esther Taylor over here to my left, rooting her on. All around first and third base dugouts. Out today for Smoky Mountains home opener, Robbinsville season opener. And that one off the plate. Counts all balls, 2 strikes on Naomi Taylor. Center field, it will drop. Waddy scores. Delaney Broom scores. Kaler to third. Taylor goes to second on the throw home. Another 2-run single in this inning. That's the second one for Robbinsville. It is 10-0. Lady Knights. Holy cow! Here in the first inning. Outs in the inning after the third batter made their appearance at the plate. Just to put it in perspective, Henry Frapp up now. Frapp reached on an error last at bat. Throw to first. Went a little wide of the glove. Two runs scored on, excuse me. And Frapp swings right over top of that one. And Frapp pulls out the pitching wedge and will knock that one over on the other side of the third base dugout. That's right. Them approach shots are not going to hit themselves, guys. I'm just saying. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Go, man.
And Frapp leans out of the way of that one as it comes careening in. All twos at the moment at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Taz Jones trying to get out of a bind, to say the very least. And Frapp's going to make her pay for continuing the inning. That one drops. And a beeline throw comes straight home. It doesn't matter. Frapp's going to be out at second. 2 runs will score.
Yep.
And she will get credited with a single and then an 8-6 putout. That's going to finally end things after a 12-run. That's correct. Score on the screen is right. 12-run, top of the first. We'll be right back, fans, on the Gramstar Sports Network. So after a lengthy, and I mean lengthy, top of the first, Naomi Taylor will fire her first pitch just 32 minutes after we kick this game off. And that one caught the outside corner. Boy, she played it nicely. Count is 1-1. At the plate is Kaylee Marr, shortstop for the Mustangs. And that's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Live, and we're privileged to bring you Robbinsville Lady Knights softball here in the season opener from Suburban Silva. Go with that. And swings through strike 3 and throw to first to make it official. So, Lady Taylor starts the ball game with a slap hit, no good. Abby Branning, the second baseman, will now come up to the plate. And Smoky Roberts. Taylor lost that one on the delivery. Want to know the count. I'd say he probably could, actually. The Waddy kids, he's going to be tough for a $2 steak. How about a fly ball over Zoe Schuler's head? And my goodness, she made the play. Zoe Schuler with a Gold Glove-esque play out at shortstop. A nice little Willie Mays catch over the shoulder. You can look closely enough, you'll just see her shrugging it off. Caitlin Tuckett, the catcher, will now come up after a quick 2 outs recorded by Naomi Taylor. Here's the pitch, upstairs. Count is 1-0. Go to our right, Colby White calling the pitches for Naomi Taylor today. Papa Schuler keeping a nice log. Extensive pitching, or coaching staff, I should say, for Robbinsville. A lot of success has produced, so you can't argue you have a sizable staff to help out. Ball danced a little too far outside. 2 balls and strike. low, and it's not outside, excuse me. That makes it correctly 3 balls and 1 strike. So we get a temporary break from the wind. It comes back with a force. There's the pitch. And boy, how about Roberts framing that one? Nice work. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sophie Roberts should be in construction. She framed it so nicely. Full count, 2 correct. Chopped. And Kaler fields a quick throw to first. It's over Memory Frapp's head. And it will be a throwing error on Presley Kaler, D5, and the catcher will get to second base. Maddie Malone will now make her first appearance of the afternoon's plate. Mustangs have waited a long time to get the bat, and they're trying their best to get back into this one. It's going to be like chopping down an oak tree at this point, though. It's going to take a hot minute. With the sizable deficit. But they're in, hey, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? And that one breaks low.
Hey! Hey!
Want to know the count. Along the way. Rope tar, Kaler with a chance to make up for the boo-boo, and Frapp has to wrangle it in. Low throw that time. She wanted to make darn sure it wasn't over her head. And it worked. 1 error, 1 left on. We'll go to the second. Robbinsville leads it 12-0. Welcome back, fans. Kevin Hensley with you on Graham Starts top of the second. It's a catcher on the boat for Smoky Mountain. Juanita stepped in. And stepping into the plate is going to be the 7-hitter, Lady Webster. 7, 8, 9 holes to go for Robbinsville after that sizable first inning. That score on the board on your twos is not a typo, fans. 8 hits, 12 runs, 3 innings. How things played out in the top of the first. Upstairs. 2-0 count on Lady Webster. Webster reached on an error in the top of the first. Henry Frapp scored on it. That made it 4-0 at that point. After 4 RBI hits logged in the aftermath. All of them at least 2 RBIs for that matter. Low and inside. 3-0 count on Lady Webster. Freshman class we talked about here at the top of the broadcast. A lot of talent stepped up to the plate. Softball is brighter than ever as the elder players move along. The feeder program is working as it should. Guaranteed 5 due to the new mercy rule in North Carolina, so either way, right now it'll be at least, well, I take it back. I think with a 12 run, it is a 4-inning game. Things could change, of course. Roped hard and foul. Lady Webster has got a full count after starting off with a 3-0 nod. I'll call it the break is very exciting. Confirm anything too much, but there may be some new middle school track records that have been set today at Cherokee. If it was, we'll talk more about it in this week's edition of the Grand Star. It'll be available on newsstands Wednesday afternoon. And that one, Connor looking, strike 3, froze. Bradley Webster under tracks. That's the first Lady Knight to strike out today. Liz Carpenter was plunked by a pitch in her only plate appearance so far. Maybe Juanita will have better luck. Carpenter hits it a mile high, and the catch is missed. The quid stuck the landing, but missed the catch. Only won the count. The election night coverage is going to be staying out tomorrow evening to make sure we get all the election results into the Grand Star. There are 11 Republican primary candidates vying for 3 nods to the November ballot. 3 nods for each race, I should say. 6 and 5. So, interesting to see how the results shake out tomorrow night. Should have something on our social media around 7:30 p.m. The results will be released to the public. 0-2 count. Carpenter. 1-2, I beg your pardon. Just continues to GramStarSports.com. Outside. Lead off 2 balls and strikes. Recap of this game in the RA season preview for the track team. Coverage from the Blonde Lakes 15th on Saturday, which will be a lot of fun to watch, I can assure you. Double popping on the first base line, and Juanita will make the play. So that's 2 outs. After the pop-up, P1 recorded by the pitcher. And Anna Williams in the 9-hole will take over. She drew a walk in her last plate appearance, later scored. On Surrey, a Waddy's 2-run single. And first pitch by Williams is roped in reverse. 0-1 the count. Really great play as the wind is whipped it. Out of play. Miss Williams fouls her way to an 0-2 count. Two is chopped foul. Williams battling here on the GramStar Sports Network. Apologize once again if you're just joining us. Camera we have set up is stationary. We had a static one that was going to be zoomed in and moving all over the field because great presentation, and it malfunctioned when we arrived at the field today because of course it did. Static shot only, we apologize for that. Outside. One ball, 2 strikes. And Williams with a high fly ball left field. It's foul. Boy, Williams had the distance. It just looked the opposite way now and struck that one into foul territory. Just straighten that out, big dog. How about that? Just straighten it out. That's what you need to do. Take that half a millisecond longer. 1-2 pitch, low. Couldn't tame it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Williams patiently awaits the 2-2. Low ball 3. Slipped out of Juanita's grip. And I believe the conference week to get sign for the blue. That was a super quick conference, as a matter of fact. Now, first, the Mustangs potentially could put Robbinsville down the corner here in the second. Fly ball left field again, deep and hooking, foul once more. Anna Williams wants that home run. I can feel it. You got this, Anna Williams. Williams has hit 2 hole-in-ones on the par 4, but has been unable to make it straight enough to count here in softball. And that one's not going to be high enough to offer at. Ball 4 will be in the dirt. And after a long at bat, multiple foul balls, Zoe Schuler will get a chance with the speedy Anna Williams at the plate. Or at first, I should say. See what Schuler can do here with 2 gone, 1 on. First pitch, she fouled it off. I'm talking the inside of that barrel. All hands are safe. Schuler scrambles and reaches infield single. Williams flies to second. That's as far as she gets. And that will bring up Suri Waddy to the plate. Waddy has already got 3 RBIs to her credit today. She drove in the first run of the game and then later smacked a 2-run single in that lengthy top of the first. Outside, ball 1. Monetti shakes her off. Now she's got what she likes. The pitch. Roped hard. Foul. Joanne Knight could have made a play, but smartly laid off. Over the first base coach's box. That's got to be Claire Barlow in that dugout, if I was guessing. Everything shrieks in the background as Barlow rooting on the team. Fly ball left center field. Play made. Good play. Made in left field by Taz Jones. We will go to the bottom of the second. Still 12-0. Lady Knights. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. That might be the smoothest walk-up song in history as we come back to you from Webster, North Carolina, Robbinsville, with a sizable 12-0 lead here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the second on tap. It is center fielder Callie Winchester leading off. And that one comes played 0-1. Taylor delivers. It's going to be low, excuse me. 1-1 in the count. Boy, Roberts with another decent frame job, but didn't get the nod that time. 2 balls and a strike. But as we say in the South, bless her heart, she tried. Here's the pitch. And that one hovered away by Chester, so the count stays alive. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Job foul. Chester battling. Still 2-2. Time called. Colby White jog out on the field to have a quick conference. Going to get some signals down pat, I'm sure. Here in the bottom of the second. Well, it was only a matter of time before the Jeopardy theme got broke out. How'd the cards get switched? Apparently there's differing scorecards. Pitch cards, I should say. That's the system they use. Called pitches for Robbinsville. Maybe they got everything synced up now. Sort out what was going on, because the pitches that were being called were not the ones being delivered. I have things under control now. It is 2-2. And that one all around and now on the ground. Roberts fires it back to the pitcher. Low ball 3, Winchester. Did an 0-2. Let's work to the a 3-2 count. Taylor, a junior for the Lady Mustangs. Inside. As leadoff issue to Kelly. Winchester. And here comes Riley Stokes. Fluorescent magenta helmet on. Like that. And it's ever a bad time for the late, great Toby Keith to put around these speakers. Off here walked. Here's the pitch. That one fouled right back to the fence. 0-1. Riley Stokes. That one popped the mid. Good pitch by Taylor. Got to adjust our camera. Got a little wonky after that last foul ball. Straighten it out, big dog, in between innings. Caitlin Holt, the left fielder, is in the on-deck circle. Second, they tried to get Miss Winchester in a rundown. They're not going to get it. It's going to be a strikeout. And I believe that is second one. It is. Second strikeout of the game for Naomi Taylor. Caitlin Holt looking to make a difference for the Mustangs. Sorry, fans. Kylie Schuler threw me a lifesaver. I needed it, so we're crunching, and everybody's like, "Oh, thanks for that." And Roberts gets called. 0-1. Some distinguished alumni in the stands with us today. Patience Frapp is joining us. Right. That one bunted foul. Not a bad idea. Count is 0-2. One out and one on as Kelly Winchester lingers at first base. That one upstairs. Ball one, snap throw. Not a bad idea by Roberts. Winchester was leaning a little too much for Robbinsville's comfort there. Counts 1-2. And that one smacked hard, caught a piece of the pole right in front of Dee Brooms and company. Still a 1-2 count. Lewis had a vulture try to fly overhead and realized there was a good crowd here. He decided not to partake. That one skips to the plate. Taylor lost that one on the delivery. Seen that a few times today. Morgana McCullough will be batting next for Smoky Mountain if the inning continues, of course. Double play could erase it. Strikeout will ensure that she's there, though. Back-to-back Ks for Naomi Taylor. That's 3 now.
Mustangs, the right fielder, number 12, Morgana McCullough.
And now the pitcher, Juanita, will be in the on-deck circle. McCullough is in, and she is ready to win her stance long before the Knights were ready. And the first one, we missed it side. Yeah, 1 ball, no strikes. Fell to the umpire in the field, and they said she wins, so strike 1. Around on that check swing. McCullough not wanting to miss the next one. Here comes the 0-1. Low. 1-1. Winchester to second. She'll get there. And at long last, Winchester gets that stolen base that she has lingered for here on the Gramstar Sports Network. This night. We appreciate you joining us this afternoon for our telecast of, once again, Smoky Mountain's home opener, Robbinsville's season opener. Nothing like being out here for the final section of the sports calendar. Spring sports are upon us. Baseball, softball, track and field, and men's golf have all descended upon North Carolina athletics. That one bunted foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. She strikes out the side after issuing a leadoff walk. We'll go to the third as we're here on GramstarSports.com. It's 12-0 Robbinsville. Stay with us. The wind is back upon us as we're back live from Smoky Mountain. Kevin Hensley with you here on GramstarSports.com. It's 12-0 Lady Knights as we enter the third inning. Our camera adjusted during the break, and you see the end result. The wind is doing a doozy on it. Sophie Roberts at the plate. Roberts has popped out and singled today. That one bounces right off the fence in front of the Mustangs.
Let drive, girl, let drive.
Anita shakes it off, gets what she likes. Roberts fouls it off to the right side. And right off of Presley Kaler's head. Great play, Press! Girl! Trying to record a putout over here in the on-deck circle, Presley Kaler. I'm being told she's okay. She is due up next for the Lady Knights here in the third inning. And that one is blistered. It ain't coming back, fans. That one is out of here. First home run of the season for Robbinsville is going to go to Sophie Roberts. Solo shot here in the top of the third, and the celebration at the plate is forthcoming. A bobber, rightly so, here on the Gramstar Sports Network. That makes it 13 zilch. Lead off, long ball for Miss Roberts. Holy cow. Go out to the outfield and retrieve that one. That's for a souvenir, to say the least. Presley Kaler. Let's continue the fun, I'm sure. That one hit hard, and she'll trot to first base and cut the corner, come back quick. So, nice single. Still nobody out. Naomi Taylor will take her hacks.
Off speed.
Rio count. Taylor fouls down the line. That's 3 balls, 1 strike on Naomi Taylor. Fly ball popped up over the infield and drops out of her glove, so it's going to be an easy putt out at second. That'll be the force. And one out, they'll get the lead runner, Presley Taylor. Taylor will remain on the field at first.
Bye-bye, number 27.
What do you got there? I got the cord.
I even got that if I need it. So we got a new batter coming in for Robbinsville. 13-0 to score with just one out. That's correct here in the Odom will step in for her varsity debut. One to the dirt. Drops low. Counts 2-0. They've got it correct on the scoreboard. Count is 2-0. That one careens almost out of sight. Lost it. And Odom goes down looking. Strikeout will make it 2 down here in the top of the third. And strutting up to the plate, the pride of Tuskegee, Claire Barlow, making her debut here in the season. Two outs. And one on. That's Naomi Taylor at first. A 1 count. And that one's hit hard on a bead. And right there to pluck it away is Kaylee Marr. We'll go to the bottom of the third. One stranded. Robbinsville gets one. Tacked on, though. Sophie Roberts hits the first. Lady Knights home run of the season. It's 13-0 on GrabStarSports.com. The bottom of the third is upon us as we are live in Webster, North Carolina. You're watching the GrabStar Sports Network. A shout out to Kylie Schuler and Bo Taylor making sure I had it covered over here. We just about had a disaster on our hands. My phone is running the internet today, bringing you the broadcast off our hotspot, and my phone just about died. Charger was nowhere to be found. It's on me, but a nice scramble. The cord was recovered. All is well. El Juanita will lead off here in the bottom of the third. She is the pitcher for Smoky Mountain. Started as the DP, but roles changed after the 12 run, top of the first. The starting pitcher, Taz Jones, is now in left field. Trying to get home. FiveStarSports.com streams not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 Varsity Sports for Robbinsville all year long. We stream volleyball and football in the fall, basketball, of course, takes us through the winter, and baseball and softball carries us to the end of May and the end of the school year, for that matter. Hey, she says she loves the umps, so I'm sure she'll do what she can, you know. Just saying. Two-0 count. Had a little fun here at the plate. Here's the offering. Roped hard to left field, and Barlow will catch it on, wow, her non-glove hand. That's watch the plate. Lots one plate to make sure it's not an extra base hit. And that's how we begin the top, or excuse me, the bottom of the third. We have a courtesy runner tag in. We have the first name that is Burns, whoever Burns is. Look, the courtesy runner. Back to the top of the card, Kaylee R. Leadoff hitter back around for the second time. Allison Burns will be your name. Thank you very much. Our strikeout is our first plate appearance, which began Smoky Mountain's offense. In the bottom of the first, the shuffle paper, but the gust of wind through here scares too much to do right now. And right back where it came from, but it'll move the runner up. Base.
Second baseman, number 3, Abby Branning.
And Abby Branning will case known. One out, and runner in scoring position. Two-0 count. You joined us here in Webster. We are hoping, tentatively at this moment, planning to stream game number 2 on Thursday. That is going to be at Inca against the Sugar Jets. That is scheduled for a 5 p.m. first pitch. And I say tentatively because, as we mentioned, middle school softball may be part of our broadcast lineup, and they have a home game on Thursday due to the Lady Knights against Andrews. So we'll see how that shakes out. We have already agreed to do their PA for them if we can, so 2-hour drive to Candler, home game. Got to weigh the positives and negatives there. 2-1 count. Naomi Taylor fires. Swing and a miss. Big cut. And Miss Brandon came up empty. 2-2 count. My bad, fam, as we say nowadays, apparently. 2-2 count. Guy's got a good voice, though. Yeah, this kid's got a good voice. He's actually a high schooler here at Smoky Mountain that does the PA for him. And that one goes inside and runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Caitlin Taquette lurks in the shadows over here to our left. She'll bat next for Smoky Mountain. The pitch. And out in front of that one, Schuler will get it. Ground ball. Throw to first. Good. Bang, bang play. And first baseman Hayden Odom will record the putout. 5-3, 6-3, I beg your pardon. And with two gone now, Caitlin Taquet, the batter. Outside, ball one. We're supposed to help the umpire out. That's all she was doing. Just saying. Roberts can do it all. She can hit a home run. She can clean the plate off, frame them, including that pitch. Boy, don't you just love when transitions work out? That was beautiful. Oh, mercy. One ball, one strike. Oh, Lordy. 13-0 is the score here on GramstarSports.com. Check swing offered just a little bit, not even enough to even think about it. They're going to appeal, but there's no need to. She didn't go all the way around. Wasn't even a thought. Should be 2 balls and a strike, I believe is the count. It is. There we go. Thank you. Scoreboard's right down the left field line, just out of our camera view, because, of course, it is. That's why we got one on the screen from you. Big cut, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And 2 outs, for that matter, with courtesy runner Allison Burns at second base. Mustangs have had only one other runner in scoring position in this ball game. And that one upstairs runs it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Only had 2 base runners, for that matter. The hit by Juanita was the first of the game for the Mustangs. Fly ball right center field. Great play by the speedy, and I mean speedy, Anna Williams. We'll go to the top of the 4th. 13-0 Robbinsville here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Cindy Adams, who made the last play in the bottom of the 3rd, I stand corrected. Sorry, Billy, Wayne, and Mandy, if you listen to this later on. You guys are rooting them on right now. Cindy Adams is going to get a plate appearance. 4th. We checked during the break, and we're correct. It is, in fact, 5 innings, win, lose, draw. Now, if Robbinsville, of course, was the home team, it'd be 4.5. We'll have at least 5 here this afternoon. So the Mustangs have just 6 outs remaining here on the Gramstar Sports Network. You can see the sun beginning to drop a little bit behind the tree line here behind us, so shadows all over the field. Cindy Adams will hit it to 3rd on a line drive, and that's all she wrote. And I'll be honest with you, that probably scored as a single just because she blistered the baseball. I think they could have caught her if she had stumbled and fell and tucked and rolled. Anna Williams up to the plate. Anna Williams 0 for 2 on home runs today. She'll try again here in the top of the 4th. Adams at first base. Zoe Schuler, most dangerous hitter in the lineup, awaits in the next one. Schuler has a very good chance this year to break the all-time average record for Robbinsville softball. That's currently held by Abby Knight, who's playing at UNC Charlotte and having one heck of a start to the season. As that one grounded, throw to second, they'll get the lead runner. That is it, fielder's choice. 6-4 will go to the top of the lineup card, as Anna Williams will hang out at the bag, and Sydney Adams will hang out in the dugout. Good hustle, good play. Almost miscue on that one. as Brandon was able to get the transfer out nice and easy. Michael Schuler having to get the stray bat off the field. Zoe Schuler at the plate. And the pitch on the way. Outside, ball one. Upstairs, ball two. While we have a free moment, fans, we want to give a special thank you to the Smoky Mountain softball staff, Morgan Dillard and Company, letting us set up shop today and stream this broadcast for you Lady Knights or Lady Mustangs fans that are afar and unable to attend this afternoon's ball game. Staff at Smoky Mountain normally very accommodating of our needs, and we appreciate all that they do to help us out over here at Silva. The namesake of the Smoky Mountain Conference is actually in the Mountain 6 now. It's a 3A division in North Carolina. And that one will be right under the outstretched glove. And here comes Williams. She's turning the bag all the way from first. Schuler's got an RBI triple here on GramstarSports.com. It's 14-0. I know it's in my head, too. I can't get out of my head now. During the break, we had Living in America buzzing out here at the stadium. And now Ella Atwell will be making her varsity debut here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Let's go, Ella! Go make five. After they get the lineup cards sorted out, of course. Schuler is only one base away here in the top of the fourth. Ricky, we wait for you, my friend. You're totally fine. Game can't go on unless you say so. We got one out and one in for Robbinsville here in the top of the fourth. And Ella Atwell is going to get a crack at it. As we're starting to see that depth chart I talked about at the top of the broadcast. Fly ball will be wrangled in by Branding. Schuler thought about it, but opted to stay at third. Hey, why Stampede home with a 14-run lead?
Now batting with two down, number 33, Sophie.
And Sophie Roberts, who sent one into the Webster stratosphere in the third, comes back up to the plate. It's a cozy 14-0 lead for the Lady Knights. She's responsible for one of those, thanks to a solo bomb to left center field. That one off of the umpire's protective gear. Caitlin Tuckett comes right into your living room. Fields a loose ball. Good hustle. Schuler didn't threaten. And it's a 1-0 count. Could have been a pass ball if everything shook out, but Schuler stayed put. Here's the pitch. Right on the outside part of the plate. I'll take it back as a strike. I stand corrected. Wow, 0-2 the count on Sophie Roberts. We got another new face in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And way out in front of that one, she hits a dribbler, and that'll be the third out of the inning. I'm going to call it a foul ball. I suppose not. Okay, it's not a foul ball. All is right with the world, I suppose. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth. Welcome back, fans, to Webster, North Carolina. This is where the Smoky Mountain Lady Mustangs do their bidding here on the Grand Star Sports Network this afternoon. It's been all Robbinsville, however, 14-0, and Addie Mull will lead off for the Mustangs, hoping to reverse their fortunes. They've got very little time to do it. Addie Mull, the third baseman. Fans, every time that you buy a ticket to watch the Lady Knights or the Black Knights, depending on which sport you choose, a portion of the proceeds go back to the program you chose. We got to get our basketball numbers crunched here pretty soon, as a matter of fact. Get back to the hoops program. Teams made the playoffs this year. Lady Knights fell late to Hayesville, 49-45. Robbinsville boys dropped a 72-63 game to North Stokes. All comes in. The pitch. Popped up down the first base line, and Peyton Odom calls everybody off and reels it in. 1 out.
That batting for your Mustangs, number 16, Callie Winchester.
And Callie Winchester, who had a lengthy stint on the base path in the bottom of the second after drawing the leadoff walk, will step up to the plate. Little Sinatra never hurt anybody. I love Carrabba's. Don't even get me started on Carrabba's. I love Carrabba's. Chicken marsala, please. Thank you. And good frame job again by Sophie Roberts. 0-1. She must have a framing square in her back pocket. Here's the pitch. And it dribbles. Roberts almost caught it. You know, on our broadcast, it could have looked like she caught it because she dove off camera. No one knows. Spoiler alert, she missed it. Counts 0-2. That one had a ton of backspin on it. Like she put the bottom English on it. Pitch. Up and in. Winchester lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hey, what do you?
And the pitch. Hit hard and good. Field over at third base. 2 outs.
Mustangs, number 17, Allison Burns.
Presley Kaler on the put out. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th. And Allison Burns getting a crack at it. First pitch to her. Framed nicely. Robert's doing a fine job of that this afternoon. 0-1 the count. Trying to be bringing you every pitch so far here at Smoky Mountain. That one will be thought about, not offered at it. 21. That one's low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Umpire Ricky Green's called a fine game today. Bringing out the balls and strikes. Upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike. on Allison. Another good frame job. That'll make it full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, one thing you gotta like about a catcher is when they're having a good time. With the e-hauls and all that jazz. Gotta have fun. We're supposed to be fun. Swing and a miss. She blew it right by her for the 3rd out of the inning. 1, 2, 3. The Mustangs go down in order. We'll go to the 5th. It's all Robbinsville here on the Webster Sports Network. And we're back live from Webster, North Carolina. You're watching, as you see on the screen, the Robbinsville Lady Knights and the Smoky Mountain Lady Mustangs. This is the Lady Knights season opener, and it is the Mustangs' 2nd game of the year. Once again, fans, thank you for joining us here on GramstarSports.com. Kevin Hensley with you for the 5th inning. This could be all she wrote, as of course in North Carolina there is a 10-run mercy rule if you'll have it. So after 5 innings, if there's a 10-run differential, that is the ball game. We'll see how it all plays out, though, here in Webster this afternoon. The wind continues to just whip through here, and we apologize if that's been messing with the audio on the other end. We're going to go back to the field now here on GramstarSports.com. Olivia Lewis will make her season debut at the plate as we begin things.
Got the ball.
Olivia Lewis, big junior here on the Gramstar Sports Network, doing her thing. It's another one of the fun kids that we cover here at Robbinsville High School. Here's the pitch from Juanita. Swung on and missed 0-1. And that one will be dribbled to third, throw to first in time. 5-3 put out, 1 gone. And it will be Delaney Brooms.
Now batting with a 1 down. Delaney Brooms.
One of the seniors for Robbinsville this year. First pitch she sees popped up a mile high. Great play by Taquette off screen over here. But I promise you she snagged it. 2 gone. And 2 quick outs. Summons Peyton Odom to the plate for her 2nd time today.
Now batting with 2 down. Number 37, Peyton.
Odom caught looking her first and only time up to the plate thus far in this lopsided affair to begin things in 2024. First pitch is bounced off of the top of the webbing onto Cut's glove, 0-1. Claire Barlow has emerged from the dugout into the on-deck circle if the inning continues. Fans, if this opening game is any indication, we're in for a lot of offense and a lot of lights out from inside the circle. Center field, it drops. Everybody's confused. No one called it off, it didn't appear. And a bloop single for Peyton Odom extends the top of the 5th. Here comes Claire Barlow. Let's go, Claire. Outside, but it caught the plate. 0-1 the count. Way to lay off. That will send Odom scrambling to second base on the wild pitch. And that one hit hard to center field. It drops on a bounce. Odom stops at third and dives back just to make sure no chicanery takes place. Runners at the corners now for the Lady Knights here in the top of the fifth. Sydney Adams looks to change that. Adams led off the top of the fourth with a single, later scored on a Zoe Schuler triple. Actually, the last offensive strike for Robbinsville in this ballgame. Your box score will read 12-0-1-1, and we're not sure about this inning so far. Meanwhile, the Mustangs have only mustered one hit. We Taylor pitched 4 strikeouts. Oh, got the call. Like even Taquette was a little surprised by that. 0-2 the count. And a swing and a miss. That will bring it into the top of the fifth. Robbinsville strands 2, but is in full control. The Mustangs are down to their last 3 outs here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Hour ever for Smoky Mountain, bottom of the fifth. Coming your way on GrahamStarSports.com. Robbinsville has dictated the pace from the early going. That 12-run top of the first had a lot to do with that. And the first pitch offered by new pitcher Presley Kaler is roped in the right field. It's a leadoff single for Caitlin Holt.
Number 12, Morgana McCullough.
Well, as I said earlier, every rally's got to begin somewhere. It's going to take a heck of one for Smoky Mountain to rally here in the bottom of the fifth, but maybe it'll make a dent in the scoreboard anyway. Morgana McCullough, the right fielder, will now step in. 1 pitch, 1 runner on, nobody out. Upstairs, ball 1, good. Leaping nab by Sophie Roberts. Make sure that one didn't get away. Roberts, formerly of the Injuries Lady Wildcats, joined us here in Robbinsville. Got to play 1 ball, 1 strike. Bunt. Nicely done. I'll move the runner to second. And actually, it'll leave 2 on. Play bobbled over at first base.
2 on number 10, El Juanita.
Would have had her there, so Ella Atwell was covering, but ultimately the second baseman will be charged with the error. That's 2 on. And here's Ellie Juanita, the pitcher since the second inning for the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. She has given up just 2 runs in the ball game inside the circle. So Mustangs have 2 base runners for the first time today. She had the first hit for Smoky Mountain back in the bottom of the third. It's all 1. Pitch upstairs. Out by Sophie Roberts. Keeping things in check behind the plate today for Robbinsville. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth, and freshman Presley Kaler getting a rude introduction to the varsity level. She'll be prepared. She'll be all right. A lot of composure inside the circle, does Miss Kaler have. Popped up. Kaler's got it. And NFL fly will leave everybody where they're at. One out.
Now batting number 4, Kaylee Marr.
And back to the top of the lineup card we go. Kaylee Marr batting for just the third time in this ball game.
Hey, watch short game. Watch the short game.
Another good stop. Roberts eyes him back. That one low in the dirt, ball 1. And that one is sort of kind of off for that. Obviously a strike, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. And get the count straightened out. We got it. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Another good hack by Kaylee Marr trying to get that slap hit down. Comes up empty so far on Keller's lasers. Out off. Roberts flattened off the fence. That should count, but it's not going to, of course. Roberts fitting in like she hasn't missed a beat here at Robbinsville High School. Check swing again. It's offered on, slapped at, and missed. 2 outs.
Number 3, Abby Branding.
And Abby Branding is the last hope for sure for the Mustangs unless she can extend this ball game. That one fouled back, and it will disappear onto Highway 116. Low. 1-1 count. So Kaler sees a little bit of adversity, and she shakes it off. A single and an error gets 2 runners on, and then she forces a pop out and a strikeout. That's recovery. 1-1 is tattooed to left center field. It's going to be off the base of the fence. What a shot. That's going to be a 2-run double. The Mustangs are on the board. It's 14-2. Well, how about that? Abby Branding extends this one.
Angry Mustangs, number 1, Caitlin Taquet.
And Taquet will walk up to Ironman at the plate. The Gram Star is not on the copyright to this music. Please don't ban us from YouTube. Thank you very much. Here's the pitch. Right on the corner of the plate. 0-1. And that one goes inside a bit too far. She'll scramble to third. Fastball it shall be. That one rode inside, and Roberts couldn't tame it. And another nice frame job. Boy, Roberts batting 1,000 if you'll have it. those corner shots today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner at third is Abby Brandon. And that one upstairs, I believe that's strike 3, and that is the ball game. Strike 3 called. And that's all she wrote. Final score from Webster here in the season opener. Robbinsville wins this one 14-2 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Fans, we appreciate you all being with us and joining us wherever you may have been tuned in tonight. We thank you for joining us. We're going to pack up and try to get out of here before dark. I'm Kevin Hensley, wishing all of you a great rest of your Monday evening. Three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Gramstar Sports Network.